So many years ago today. Ah, my foster daughter is up and dressed, I see. Today is the High Harvest Fair, and the West Harbor Village Council requires me to man the archery competition. The human need to celebrate Remembrance Days baffles me, but at least something productive may come of it. The merchant Galen is here. He'll want my furs, as he usually does. Coins can be useful in getting by. This past season has been a hard one for both tilled fields and wildlands. While I attend to the archery contest, I will need you to deal with the merchant. Fetch my furs from the chest, over by the painting.
Welcome to Neverwinter Nights 2. This is your first time playing the game, you might want to play through the tutorial. The tutorial gives you a chance to learn the controls and basic strategies for playing the game in a relatively safe, non-hostile environment. You'll also learn more about your hometown and background. I'll play through it. Switching my icon. It's the actual model of our character used as a portrait. I don't like it. It's lifeless, and I don't see that kind of detail anyway. Yes, this will do. Has horns that I don't have, but whatever. I suppose I could edit those out, but why bother? I thought Ideological caster. Okay, what do we have? Crap, and crap. Sleep and what? Healed, I suppose. Or sleep. There's a few camera modes you can use to play the game. I prefer the top down most of the time because it that's an annoyance. Allows you to warp. My character's only warped there. When I click here, it's a visual thing. I don't know what's causing it. I don't know how to get rid of it. If I would have clicked the same location twice, my character would have warped here and just continued there. This is from this line is where my character was continually. This is just some visual thing, and I don't know what's causing it from time to time. It is annoying. Doesn't really affect the game, but it's an annoyance. The other camera modes would be something like you want to actually see the game world and play it. And I don't mind this. There's enough detail in this game that this is a perfectly viable way of playing. So, and it has the benefit that you don't get extra information. I mean, you don't see behind corners and things like that, while up-down view of some sort allows you to see things you shouldn't really be seeing. I don't care. It's much more comfortable for me to command things like this.
Good. I see you have the furs. Galen has probably set up his tent on the village green. He'll be enjoying the fair with the rest of the townsfolk. Last season I asked him to bring a duskwood bow to trade. Sell him the furs and use the coins it gives you to purchase the bow. Your friends await you at the bridge. I suppose you're anxious to see the fair. But don't forget to trade with Galen.
I don't think I'm going to read all the dialogue on this tutorial section, because it is a tutorial. But it's good to see the background, where we came from, what's our home village like, that sort of thing. Maybe meet now some of the people we grew up with. Far-long residents.
There you are! Come on, the fair's already started.
It's the biggest fair in years.
There's folk in from all the outlying farms, and even a few from outside the mare. That means a big audience.
A big audience, all cheering for us. This year's our last chance to compete for the Harvest Cup. Our last chance to win.
What's the competition look like?
The Mossfelds won both their matches in the Harvest Brawl. They'll be tough to beat, but Amy's bound to win the Tourney of Talent for us.
Between those new spells Tarmus was teaching us and the ones we dug up on our own, I should have enough to impress the crowd. Anyway, I heard Will Mossfeld is doing the same act this year, so that should help my chances.
Oh, gods. Not the pixie impressions again.
No sense standing about then. Where do we start?
We sign up with Georg in the village square. Come on!
Georg. Okay, who are you?
Yes,
You're a
indeed.
fighter. Bevel Sterling. Okay, you're gonna be our... Are you gonna be our Bevel? Who's gonna be our Bevel? He's looks like a very typical farm boy. Don't really see any great options. Oh, I just have to pick one. Okay, you're gonna be double. And some kind of a blonde. Human blonde. Two wizards and a fighter.
I'm ready if you need me. Time to finish this.
That's what I meant. There's little warping here. Immediately when I gave another second order, I warped back where my character actually was. I think that happens quite often after dialogue. I'm not sure what's causing. I mean, I have 0 for what's causing. I haven't really found anything that even might fix it. It could be something that's caused simply by how computers have changed. This was the time where dual core processors were coming out, so this is a long time ago. Like, Elder Scrolls Oblivion might have been out at the same time, that sort of thing. So it's a very, very long time ago.
And the blight. You're sure it's spreading, Orlin?
It's no blight, Georg. It's something else. There's no mold, no rot. It's like the crops don't want to grow. Like they haven't the guts to up and face the sun.
What do the druids say?
Well, it's just a rub, Georg. There's no druids to be found, not head nor heel. It used to be they'd warned me of troubles, long before I noticed the signs myself. But this time, rot and silence. You think we ought to say something? Everyone's gathered for the fair, even from the outlying farms.
No. They ought to be free from cares, at least for a day. We'll go round tomorrow. Talk to the households one by one.
Right you are, Georg. Tomorrow, then.
Aha! I've been wondering when I'd see the three of you. Last year to compete, isn't that right?
Only for Bevel and me.
Better make it count, then. Another victory speech from that mutton-head of a Mossfeld, and I think there'll be a riot. Rules are the same as ever. Win 3 of the 4 events, and you win the Harvest Cup. Win all 4, and the village council grants you a special prize. And nobody's done that since old Cormac.
What are the 4 events?
Well, there's the Harvest Brawl. Old favorite, that one. And the Tourney of Talent. But you've got Amy on your team, so you're certain to win.
Thanks, Georg.
Just the truth, young lady. The archery competition is being run by your foster father, as always. And I managed to convince your master to supervise the Knave's challenge.
You convinced Tarmus? Our Tarmus?
Told him it was either that or take on 2 more apprentices. And one would be Buckman's lad, the one they call Drooling Jan, is it? Tarmus came right around. Even with Tarmus in charge, the Knave's Challenge will probably be your toughest event. Though the Mossfeld boys might say otherwise.
Why should they say that?
Will and his brothers have won the Harvest Brawl 3 years running. It'll be tough to dislodge them. But remember, you only have to win 3 events to claim the cup.
The Mossfelds are decent fighters, but they can be beaten.
Keep an eye on Bevel, and don't let the Mossfelds get him riled. That's how they always beat him on the practice field.
Yeesh, Georg, I'm right here, you know.
If you have any troubles, you know where to find me. Oh, and good luck in the brawl!
Luck chest. Kidney Lelon. Laszlo Buckman. Okay, your harvest mead here. Cold harvest mead. I'd like some harvest mead. What? Oh no, not you lot. Got that Fern girl with you too. I haven't forgotten what happened last year, young lady, even if you have. Maybe we'd better go. That business on the roof with the swinging hips and that vulgar song. Not this year, young lady. On your way now, all of you. Swinging hips? She's blushing. Look at her cheeks go red. You two told me you'd made that up. Sounds like you planned the wrong act for the talent show. Knowing this town, you're probably right. Louis Johns. Some big, eh? That big one there is mine. Raising myself on my own special feed. Good to know. I don't think we want to go start the brawl quite yet. The thing is, we're first level with 1 fighter and a wizard. And 2 wizards. We're gonna get our asses kicked. If we do the other challenge first, there's a good chance we'll get some level ups. Quick, quick, they're all waiting for you, dear. Waiting for me? Of course! Juggling and puppetry are well and good, but the children want to see magic. And so do I. Come on, Amy. Your public awaits. Summoning spell.
Yenpei Ye Koro. Yay!
Enlargement spell.
He's liking his eye. Yay!
Destroy the container.
Stop.
And yeah, that's the length of a summoning spell at this point. It's not good enough for anything. Later on you have the duration, but they sort of suck. They're not good enough against the enemies you're facing. So they're in a inconvenient place where they're almost worthless at every point of the game. That was brilliant, young lady. Absolutely brilliant. I've not seen such a display of magic since, well... Mother, are you alright? It's been a long time. Never mind all that. You 3 are most certainly the winners of the contest. It was quite a thrill for all of us. Oh, and I nearly forgot. Tarmus gave me these scrolls, that I should give them to his apprentice and her friends if they won the talent show. Orla. Say, that was quite a show. Tarmus has trained you up proper, you and Amy both. You the making of a fine couple of mages, and I wonder if you might be willing to have a look at a pig? A pig? Aye, that great hulking brood of Louis Johns. He's prize pig, he calls it, but I call it a trick, a cheat. I've never seen that hog before, and I have an eye for hogs, as folk will tell you. I say he's been magic and sorcereled, but I can't prove it myself. They say, they say that a kiss can break a charm. I know it sounds like a fool, I know I sound like a fool. Don't think I don't know it. Old Dumb whirling on about his hogs, but I take pride in a fair contest, and I thought you three might help me out. Look, if you change your minds, I'll be over with the hogs. I won't fret you anymore. I know you've got affairs of your own. Bonus quest. Man and his hog. Might as well. We got Ghostly Visage and Lesser Dispel. Better not use them yet. Ghostly Visage is an illusion. We're gonna lose this the moment we go Red Wizard, but it's a good spell, so we might as well take a best use out of it until we actually lose it. What do you want me to do? Yeah. Again, we warped, but notice that our character model continued running even though it was here. It was because it kept running as long as it would have taken for her to travel from this point to there. So it's the warping around is entirely visual. I was never here until the running actually stopped. So I'm not sure how the game does that. And again, after dialogue. It's just something I have to keep an eye on, but I don't. At the moment, I don't know anything I could do to get rid of it. I haven't looked all that hard because it's an easy thing for me to fix every time it happens, and it happens at a fairly reliable spots too. Okay. Well, right, we'll take a look at the hog. I much appreciate that. Louis Pig is the big fella down at the end. If you find any magic on him, come back and tell me straight away.
Time to finish this.
Why isn't Amy coming?
I'll take the lead.
Well, Orland's right. This pig's been enchanted. It's a faint aura, so it could have been a simple enlargement spell, or maybe a potion.
Any ideas?
Well, Retta did give us a scroll of Lesser Dispel. Either one of us could read the words.
Wait a minute. Shouldn't we say something to Louis? He's a foul old wretch. But we ought to give him a chance to withdraw his pig from the contest before he's shamed in front of everyone.
That's his own fault. We're going to use the scroll. There's a influence system in the game with every companion that can possibly join you. Basically positive and negative. And I don't think it's even possible to get everything on everyone. There's going to be some kind of a conflict between companions too. It's just that if you have a group of people, I'm just saying that if you have a group of people with you, you have to take into consideration who those people are. I mean, if you're going to play some kind of a psychotic murderer, you probably shouldn't take good aligned people with you, because they're not going to be pleased with your behavior, and you're gonna lose influence with them. And they will not leave your group. I mean, in the middle of the adventure, but there might be situations during the adventure where that's going to come and bite you in the ass, I believe. So that's also one of the reasons, even though I'm chaotic evil, I'm wearing my blue mask. Because at some point we might want to manipulate, to have some companions view us favorably, even though they would normally not do that, if they would know our true nature. Yeah. Mission accomplished. Did you see the expression on that hawk's face? Had a few glorious hours of being a big porker, lording it over his seniors, but now he's back to his poor little self. I bet there'll be some uncomfortable moments in the pigsty tonight. And I'd say that's the last time anybody tries to magic a hog in this contest. Hate to see old Louis shame, but he brought it on himself. How about something for our trouble then? Have some of it. Have some of this. It's pork jerky, tough dry meat, but it tastes like the heavens and keeps longer than bad memories. Good food for the road if you ever plan on taking a long walk. Great, thanks. No trouble at all. What is a pork jerky? It has 4 uses of cure light wounds. You can treat it as 4 potions, basically. Dagon Spurs. I don't want to read this. This is basically just a shopkeeper. Gaeland Merchant. And I sold the pork jerky. Fuck. Whatever. You wouldn't happen to be in... I can't...
Yes. Time to finish this.
So, you've decided to compete for the cup, I see. I know this is your last year, but the rules apply to all, even foster daughters.
Fine. I brought you the Duskwood bow.
A fine bow. A fine one, made by one who loves his craft. You may keep the rest of the gold as your allowance for the season, but you came for the archery competition as well, did you not?
I'm ready to compete.
Fetch a crossbow from the barrel and take a few shots at the practice target. You must hit the target once before you can compete.
I will destroy.
Very good. Are you ready to compete then?
I'm ready.
The rules are the same as last year. 10 shots and 10 targets. Your targets will be old bottles, set atop the crates yonder. 5 is the best score so far. If you remember the lessons that have been taught to you, you should be able to best that.
One mistake.
We don't need to shoot
I will
all 10.
destroy you.
We have a 5% chance of missing with every shot.
I will destroy
But there's a good
you.
chance we'll miss at least once.
One mistake and you're mine.
If we get them all, we'll win outright, but I think 9 will win us the day anyway. That doesn't really matter.
I will destroy you.
It's a bottle. You don't need to threaten it.
Well done. A perfect score wins the competition outright. I've rarely seen such a fine performance so early in the day. You have a marksman's instinct. That much is plain. Go on now. There's still more of the fair to see.
First of luck.
What's up?
There is one mod that is worth mentioning. This. We can actually choose. In the original game, you have a set path with your companions. and you can't really choose what you are going to make them take or level up. Open up the options. It's much more satisfying this way because you have at least some control on what kind of a party you're going to form, who's going to perform what roles in it, and so forth. So normally these options, all these options would not be available for you to unlock. That doesn't mean I want to make Rebel a sorcerer or something like that, but I would definitely like to keep some of my options open. Two new spells.
I am no danger.
Yes.
I am no danger.
Warcraft alchemy maybe. I'd like to take something besides diplomacy. Heal is always useful, but it's not good for us. Thievery skills make no sense unless you take at least one level of some kind of rogue type of art class. Maybe bluffing. I think I'll try to save points if I can. Produce person. Burning hands. Okay. More sleep.
Here are my apprentices, both of them. Are you enjoying the fair? Packs of feral children set loose to find trinkets, grown men braining one another with clubs. Do you know they're actually granting prizes for the fattest pig? As if the creatures needed encouragement.
Good to see you too, Charmas.
I expect you are here for the aptly named Knaves Challenge. Surrounded by muck and reek, and why not encourage our children to be thieves as well? That's what I always tell them. Come to think of it, I don't think I've ever taught you to pick pockets or break locks. You'll have to find someone who can, if you want to compete.
Lock breakers? Pocket pickers? I don't know anyone like that. Do you?
One of the children, perhaps?
What about Kip? He's always nicking vials from Tarmus, and he's right over there behind the tent.
Going to thief. Temporary character, don't really care what he does.
Yes.
Isn't that the boy who stole my basilisk eyelash? And not once, but 4 times.
That's right. My frog needed eyelashes. Then I got him a sweetheart and she needed him too.
Sorry, Charmas. He's just joined our team.
Don't trouble yourself on my account. I'll settle with the young artiste and his frogs later. Before you begin, I suppose you'll want to hear the rhyme.
The rhyme?
You hadn't heard? Better for me if I'd kept my peace. Georg asked for a rhyme this year. That's what wizards do. We compose rhymes. Here, I'll demonstrate. I've hidden 3 feathers, scattered them wide, placed white in a box, and locked it inside. Blue followed termite tracks down where they ran, green in the pocket of same-colored man.
So we're to look for 3 feathers.
Yes, you and half the waifs in West Harbor. I adore children, did you know that? Swamp children, particularly.
Right, we'll be back with the feathers.
Time to finish this.
Look there, something under them logs. That old wizard's trapped them logs. We can't get what's underneath them as long as the trap's in place. I got past these traps before though, and they was the dangerous kind. Bet you I can get past this one too.
Yep.
Go ahead and do it. Suppose you learn how to use a rope.
I'm ready if you need. Time to finish this. Yep.
How to pick locks, how to disarm traps, how to pick pockets. Green in the pocket of same colored man.
Green in the pocket of same-colored man. I'll bet that's him over by the house. The feather's in his pocket. It's got to be.
No shit. One annoying thing that I don't like is that every time there's some kind of dialogue, my main character has to do it, and it's going to also teleport her to the point where dialogue is happening, no matter who initiated or triggered the event, or if there was any real access for us to even get there. It's understandable. I mean, you're the leader of the group. They want you to talk to people, but it's and I understand why they do it mechanically. However, it's very against the spirit of D&D, and it has the downside that if you have some kind of a character in a group that has high skills in dialogue option, I mean any kind of speech craft skill, it's totally wasted because they can never do the talking. Only your main character can. And not all classes are equally well equipped to handle these things. So it's a poor implementation. It's also something that was later changed in, at least in Storm of Zahir. There you can, every time you initiate the dialogue, you have under the typical dialogue window, you have icons for all your characters below that, so you can click on who you want to basically handle the talking. I like that quite a bit more. Upfront. Animations game, movement animation isn't particularly good. Quite often, certain creatures specifically can seem like they're sliding on the ground instead of actually coming.
It really is a dreadful day for a fair. Not even the tents are managing to look cheerful.
We broke the 3 feathers.
Thank the gods for my apprentices. The knave's challenge is won, and I can go back to being dour and standoffish. I'd go and have a bath, but I'm certain it will rain on me if I stand here long enough.
We'll see you later, Master.
Time to finish this.
Okay, we have one more competition to go, and that's the melee brawl. Brother Merring. The morning Lord grants a fine day, even for a brawl. He likes you, Harborman, I think. They do say he has a sense of humor. And a good one too. Lathander delights in contests of physical skill. People forget that. Though I must admit, few such contests are quite as enthusiastic as the brawl. Why are you running it? In truth, I volunteered. Otherwise, I'd be raising from the church at every bout, mending cuts and setting bones to right. Better that I'm on hand to do Lathander's work, and do see that all is sport in fairness. Okay, we're ready to fight. Practice a bit first. There are practice dummies just over there. Once you've finished off a dummy, I'll send you into the ring. And you'll need to arm yourself with a training club. I've left several clubs in the barrel here next to me. The little kid is not taking part in the brawl.
Yes, indeed. What's up?
I'm ready if you need me.
Ghostly visage. I'm gonna I can't use second level spell. Number of attacks your character basically strikes every time she gets an attack, and we have one attack per round at the moment. That can grow up to quite a few attacks, so it's probably mostly waiting around, seeing when your next attack is gonna arrive. At this point, later on, it's not that anymore. But we suck. We suck at melee combat quite badly. The Lennon twins and their elder sister will be your first opponents today. Before we start, I'll go over the rules. As always, I expect a clean fight. Melee attacks only, no arrows or magic. You may fight barehanded or you may arm yourself with the training club. The choice is yours. And finally, no pets. I understand. I'm ready to fight. Lathander's strength be with you then. Beat the shit out of everyone. Yeah, as long as even one of us is standing at the end of it, we won. Okay, you can start doing things. That was well fought, all three of you. But I fear the gods have granted you few competitors this year. The Mossfeld brothers are the only team still in contention. Heal us. We can change the behavior settings. It's a lot of you can basically put it so that character will not utilize any artificial intelligence if you want to. This might seem overwhelming at first, but really there's a lot. This is also modded, but at some point you might want to fiddle with these. I'm not generally doing anything. One of the most annoying things is probably automatic weapon switching. That's off. It's in general it tends to be they use the most highest damage weapon they have and switch between range attacks and melee attack. Sometimes that's just fine, but other times it just isn't, because you might have to have them carry some crap in their inventory and you don't want them switching them. Do you want them to use range weapons? What distance do they switch to melee if using range weapons? Melee attack for party, backing away, disable melee attack entirely. You have a lot of options, so you can get your characters to do exactly what you want to do. This is not something you need to do every time. This is more about if you feel a need for tweaking, then go through the options. If you're more or less just happy letting them run wild and don't have complaints, just ignore it. Okay, we're ready to fight the Mossfells. They await you at the edge of the ring. Tell Will that you're ready and I'll begin the final fight. Look who it is, brothers. The wizard's pet apprentice. Going to shake your wand at us, are you? Stow it, Mossfeld. You're not smart enough to be funny. Who asked you, you ratty little orphan? Always tagging after Sterling and Flawn like a bloodfly, singing their reeking praises. It's a shame those demons didn't burn you up along with your parents. That's harsh. That's enough. If you've got a problem, you can take it up with me. Fine then. You want my title? You'll fight my brothers and me. We beat this world 3 years running. About time. You've stalled long enough. If you're so eager to fight, why not raise the stakes a bit? Make a friendly wager. Wait a minute, Will. That's against the rules. We can't do that. Other mirroring said so, remember? No bets. We have a few options here. I won't bet, it's against the rules. Okay, this is... usually these are for two purposes. Your movement on the alignment axis. Chaotic lawful. This won't bet because it's against the rules. Will probably move us toward lawful. Sorry, Mossfield, I don't trust you to pay up. That's probably some kind of neutral option for us to say no without having any real consequence on anything. And Mirroring doesn't have to know. How about to know? For one, that's totally meaningless bet. And two, the fact that Bevel interjected and objected to the betting probably means if we are going to try to bet, even if it's against the rules, Bevel will we will lose influence with Bevel. So you have to always take that into consideration. Not necessarily, the goal isn't to lick everyone's butthole here, so just because Bevel doesn't like it, it's not a reason for us not to do it. However, it's 10 gold. That's pittance, that's nothing. Right? Is it worth losing influence over? In my opinion, no way, and I'm not too interested in betting with them anyway. So, sorry, Mossfeld, I don't trust you to pay up. Come on, brothers, we'll fight these cowards anyway.
Time to finish this.
Instead of looking back, we need to take some of them out immediately. If we lose our only fighter, we're fucked. Much better to lose the wizard. Yeah, we've got this. Yeah, we've got this. Well done, all three of you. The townsfolk compare you to Cormac, and it seems they aren't mistaken. I haven't seen such prowess in years. You won the brawl, and you won the cup as well. Georg will want to see you at once. Thank the gods, Lilina, for truly they have shown you favor today. Okay. You heal us. Apparently no. Amy is beaten to a pulp, but no one cares.
Well played. Well played. You've won the cup. And all 4 events. Nobody's done that since Cormac. That warrants a special reward, of course. I have a harvest cloak for you, courtesy of the village council. It'll be yours at the end of the day. If there's anything you wanted to do before the award ceremony, now's the time. Maybe a mug of harvest mead to celebrate, eh?
Good idea. No. Good idea, I'll see you in a while.
I'll meet you at the stage when you're ready for the victory speech. Now, I'm off.
Third level.
Yep.
Oh, whatever. At least something good came from this. Hmm. Ah. Cleave. If a character kills an opponent, he gets a free attack against any opponent who's within melee weapon range. This is great against weak opponents, and everyone is a weak opponent at this stage.
I'll take the lead.
Oh. Oh. What to take? Well, we need spell penetration. Might as well get on with that. The fire burst. Blindness depths, another illusion spell. Darkness. Probably I'll take full strength. Plus 4 strength is useful for combat, lasts a decent amount, 60 seconds per level, and if we ever are in need of a little bit of extra carry weight, this will get us through it.
I'm ready if you need me.
Learn to spell. How long does Ghostly Visage last? 60 seconds per level. It has damage reduction of 5 / magic. I think, yeah, any magical weapon will go through it. And still it should be good at this point. Prevents all spells from level 1 or lower from affecting you. Grants concealment. Yeah, I think I'll try to rely more on this. The thing is, currently we could have a handful of damage spells, but because everyone gets full hit points, it's just not going to make really any kind of a difference. Even then, the damage we can do on low levels, it just isn't all that much. Probably not even enough to kill anyone. When magic missile does what, maybe 5 - 6 points of damage, and we can cast 1 or 2. So if we're lucky, we might be able to kill someone. More likely, we need 2 to kill something. So we could maybe kill 2, 3, 4 guys, or buff ourselves a little bit and slaughter quite a few. Not much of a choice, really. That's it. Tutorial over. We got a better understanding of where we come from. We have some childhood friends, and we know the important people of the village.
Gather round, mates! Gather round! This harvest fair's a celebration, but it's also a dark anniversary. We all know what else happened on this day. Not so long ago, we nearly lost this village. Almost lost our lives. Almost lost it all. But we came back, cleared burnt farms, buried our dead, and put our ashes behind us. And we rebuilt, tougher and stronger than ever. Long as there's a harvest fair, we won't forget that day. And our young folks, they'll stay tough, long as they compete for the Harvest Cup. So let's hear it for this year's winners. 3 cheers for the Harvest Champions! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray!
Chapter 1. So, start the proper game.
The village is under attack! West Harbor is under attack! You're safe! Grab a weapon. We need to help defend the village.
Why would anyone attack West Harbor?
How would I know? There's nothing in this village of value. Maybe they're just raiding for food. Not that it matters. We are under attack, and we need to help defend the village.
We'd better hurry. I saw some of them following us on our way here. They're likely to hit this house next.
Alright, let's go. What equipment do I have? Not much.
Yes, indeed.
I'm ready if you need me.
Harvest Flow. Charisma +1. Well, whoop-de-doo. Totally worth it. Harvest Cup. Cure light wounds. 2 uses per day. Well, that's useful. It's minor healing powers, regardless of what class you are. Quarterstaff, light crossbows. Clean to want quarterstaff now. Yeah. Let the adventure begin.